there are many benefits to proper alcohol intake. We definitely show it lowers blood pressure. It definitely is a vasodilator. It can definitely be used medicinally. The dose is what makes the poison. And so we definitely know it's no doubt that alcohol is a poison to the liver in the wrong amount. So for women, 4 ounces up to 3 times a week. For men, 4 ounces up to 5 times per week. That's the maximum tolerated dose. And beyond that, you start to move into toxicity land. Now, interesting, there are studies that show that folks who drink much less than that actually have health issues as well. So there is likely some benefit. And if you're not a drinker for whatever reason, you're in recovery, whatever, find other ways to tone that liver and kind of get it like a hormetic, that a little bit of stress helps create new resilience. So you could be taking bitters, you could be eating bitter foods, taking bitters with your meals, which is like skullcap and gentian and wormwood are very good bitters to take with your foods. That's really powerful. But beyond that, if you do drink, like when I have alcohol now, I drink wine and I drink a dry farmed wine. So anything that's been dry farmed is going to be less sugar. So just to give your readers or your listeners an idea here, a California red, like a beautiful, we love our California wines. First of all, they're like toxic, Superfund site waste dumps, especially of glyphosate and all kinds of other sulfates and other chemicals that they spray really rampantly on our crops of grapes in the United States, all over now Australia, New Zealand, South Africa. They're the worst of the worst. A lot of parts of Northern Baja, terrible, terrible spray. So I don't even touch those wines anymore just from the toxicity. But also when you have a bottle of wine, it's about 20 grams of sugar per glass of wine. Okay, that's enormous. But when you go for a dry farmed wine, which is by law in most of France, Spain, Italy, Croatia, some parts of Austria, you are getting a wine that a whole entire bottle is less than 5 grams of sugar for the whole bottle. So and the sugar content is low. It also doesn't have the glyphosate. It also doesn't have a lot of the pesticides. It doesn't have the sulfates. So you want to look for organic, biodynamic, permaculture, dry farmed, and even what they call natural wines, because that means it has not had any other chemicalization added to it. And then if you're going to drink other beverages, then I want people to stick with the clearer liquors like tequila, a good quality 100% agave tequila, or vodka. When you start to get into the bourbons and stuff, you actually start to get into a lot more sugar and a lot more processing, and they come from grains, which are sprayed like crazy for things like glyphosate, and that does not get filtered out in the distillation process, unfortunately. So these are things we have to be thinking about today. It's like, okay, fine, drink less and pick a higher quality of what you're taking in if you're going to use that as a part of your life. And then the rest of the time we talked about liver, like putting on liver packs, castor oil packs. I love to do just not eating helps the liver. Spring cleanses, I like to really kick up things like milk thistle, very, very powerful for the liver. N-acetylcysteine, for some people really, really sick, we might even do injections of glutathione. There's a lot of different ways that we can, alpha lipoic acid is a really powerful liver healer. But dandelion, eat your bitter greens, eat your leafy greens above the ground. Very, very good liver food, as are starting each morning with a squeezed lemon, organic squeezed lemon into some warm water will also really pump up that biliary tract and dump the liver and kind of get your digestion ready for the day and breaking of your fast.